Hey there guys, so you just got done watching my Sega Game Gear game collection for 2015 video. So this one's going to be about my PS1 collection, and I will warn you that it's pretty much the same genre of games except just every sequel so far. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. So this right here, if you guys don't know, this is actually the very first Ace Combat game. This is actually called Air Combat. It came out in 1995. So this game right here was actually the very first in the series. It's actually not a bad game at all. One thing that's a little hard about with trying to play it today is it doesn't actually use the DualShock controller. You use the D-pad for flying. It was a little hard to do. We actually have a review up on it on our channel, United Brothers. The one thing we also noticed too is the game had some issues when it came to like loading backgrounds and some mountains and stuff like that. It'd be really very delayed. It was actually a really, I mean, I gotta give them credit for 1995. This was a very good game. They had plenty of planes. They were all very recognizable, and I did like the game a lot. Very common game. But yeah, you guys can pick this up for a couple bucks. But if I were you, if you really want to get into the old Ace Combats, I go ahead and say start with 2, because 2 was a little bit of a better game. So there's that one. Moving on. So big surprise, here we have Ace Combat 2. This game came out in 1996, and this was a huge improvement over Air Combat. As you guys can also tell here too that they actually changed the name. Ace Combat just sounded a little bit cooler. This game right here is definitely a very sought after collectible game. They're actually getting quite expensive, so if you guys actually want to get your hands on one, I suggest doing it now, because you wait a couple years, everything just goes up in price. Got this one, and I've had it for a very long time. I'm very happy with it. Very good game, and I was really happy with this one. This one I actually remember from a kid. This one came out when I was about 4 years old. This is Ace Combat 3. Electrosphere, however you say that. This game came out in 1999. Very good looking game for the PS1. This thing right here really demonstrated what the PS1 could do back in the day. A lot of people liked it. I really enjoyed this game like crazy. It had 3D visuals, and this was the first one to actually use the DualShock controller, and it was a major improvement. But yeah, this one's a little bit of a harder one to find as well, but it's a very good game, and I am very happy to own this in my collection. I love this game like crazy. So here we go. This is the other start of the rest of the genre. This is Need for Speed, the very first one. This game actually technically came out in 1994, but it was actually released in 1996 for the PS1. We also, here on United Brothers 2, have a review for this if you guys want to go watch it. It's an okay game. Today it's a little hard to play. It hasn't really stood the test of time as well as some of the other ones do, but it's still a good game. It still kind of takes you back to when they started. Here we go. Right here we have Need for Speed 2. This game is a major improvement over 1. I really like the tracks. The cars look better. The graphics really only got better every single game. This game right here, I'd probably say over 1 I like better. I haven't really played it as much as I wish I have so far, but I'll get to that eventually. So right here we have Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. So you guys ever played Hot Pursuit? This is the one that started it all. It's actually a pretty good game. I haven't played it too much, unfortunately, now that I work and everything, and that we have to be adults, unfortunately, in this day and age. But I'll get to playing that. But yeah, it's quite an amazing game from what I've played it a couple levels of it. I really liked it already. So yeah, so let's go on to the next game here. So this is probably one of the more rare Need for Speeds that you can find. A lot of people don't know about this one. There's actually a sequel to this one too. This is Need for Speed V Rally. So this one right here is all about rally racing. I played a couple levels of it. Unfortunately today it's not very playable. It's not very memorable, and as you can tell, since no one's heard about it, it didn't really stand the test of time very well. It's more of a collection and conversation piece in my collection, but I mean, I do enjoy it a little bit, but I'll probably bring a review on this one pretty soon so you guys can see it if it's even worth owning. Pretty cool game though. Next one I got here, this one is also from 1999. This is Need for Speed High Stakes. I actually just picked this one up the other day, so I haven't played it just yet, but I've heard this is one of the better ones for PS1. So very excited to get to playing that. And then the last one I have in my PS1 collection for 2015 is going to be Wipeout 3. I'm a huge Wipeout fan. The games are really good. I love the graphics. This one is a very good installment on the PS1. This game, very fast, energetic, very fun. Graphics were amazing for the time. This one is definitely one to pick up. You can find it for a couple bucks. Places you guys can see here. I got it for $5 at our local game store. Yeah, you guys should definitely pick that one up. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is my 2015 PS1 collection update, and see you next video. Hey there guys, it's Robert from United Brothers. So I've actually had a couple of my fans, some of our fans tell us that they want to see our game collection so far. So I'm actually going to do the first part of mine. So if you guys know what the Sega Game Gear is, it was a console back in the early 90s all the way up to like 97 is I think when they stopped them. It actually was a pretty cool little console. It competed against the Game Boy. Everyone of course complains about the battery life, but I thought the Game Gear was pretty fun. I'm a huge fan. I used to be a huge fan of Sonic. I still am a little bit. I actually collected most of the Sonic games for the Game Gear, so I thought I'd want to show those off. And then me and Damon as well are going to do updates every year on our game collections. We're going to do a few more coming up as well, but this is going to be the Sega Game Gear one for you so far for 2015. And so let's get started. Okay, so the first game